everybody, and welcome back to another action figure review. Today we'll check out this relatively new release, the Star Wars Shoretrooper from the Mandalorian. So let's begin with a look at the box here. Inside we have this nice portrait of the Shoretrooper, and if we remove that, then we have the figure here in the typical shoe box. So let's try to remove this protective layer, and here we have the figure, looking great if you are into the Shoretrooper design. Here we have the figure, we have the blaster weapon, some extra hands, and beneath here the figure base. So this is how it looks like in the box. Now let's remove the plastic here. I'll do that off camera and take a closer look at the Shoretrooper. And here we have the figure out of the box with pretty much everything you get. The stand, the weapon, and here the different hands, a pair of fists, a pair of open hands, and a pair of trigger hands here. And that's it. So the Shoretrooper is what I would call a relatively simple figure, because you don't get any crazy extras or added stuff or effects or anything. What you see is what you get. And I don't mean that as a bad thing, because it's a very, very well made and solid figure. And you could always ask yourself, what more could you need with a figure like this? I really don't know, maybe a sidearm. But other than that, I think you get what you're supposed to with a trooper figure like the Shoretrooper here. And the Shoretrooper is the Empire's coastal area and tropical area stormtrooper. And I think the Shoretrooper looks amazingly cool. Mostly because of the weathered armor, and the details are great. But let's take a closer look. So as you can see here, there are a ton of scratch marks, weathering, damage, and details on the body armor here. And it's all very, very well painted and well made all over the armor here. And on the lower part of the figure, a regular pair of trousers, then some shin guards, and the boots here. Great details all around. If we turn to the back of the figure, there's a backpack and some pouches. And again, on the back side, on the belt, scratches and chip paint all over. So, great look and great figure. The Shoretrooper, this version here, is number 3 in the line of Shoretroopers. This one is from the Mandalorian. You can also get 2 Shoretroopers from Rogue One movie, and they are slightly different. And which one you prefer, I think it's up to your personal taste. I really like the look of this one. And you get the cool looking blaster weapon here, and the figure holds the weapon without any problems. Now let's take a look at the articulation. Yeah, a quick look at how the figure is able to move. All in all, I think the articulation is really good. Some of the areas where I think you really get a lot of movement is here with the helmet or the head, where you get the head movement, but also a neck joint, so you can really look way down and also up a good amount. You get double jointed elbows, and if you want to use or push the limit of the articulation, you can always push the armor pieces around and get a little extra movement. Movement at the waist and body, and then the double jointed knees, and as always, a positive aspect of the articulation when you get a good amount of ankle movement. No restriction, a little bit on the upper part because of the armor, but not a big deal. I think I can safely say that you get all the articulation you want with a trooper like this one. And just before I conclude this review, let's take a closer look at the weapon here. As far as I can tell, it's screen accurate and looks great. And there's a strap, so you can just put it on the figure and make him carry it on his back here. Something like that. And as I mentioned earlier, besides the weapon here, you don't really get anything. So without the weapon, he looks like just an unarmed trooper. Not that cool. But that's it for now. I'm going to conclude this review and then we'll finish off. When you have this Shoretrooper in hand, it feels solid, it feels like quality, it moves a lot and it looks great. So of course all of these are important aspects in the overall opinion about a figure. But there are no really surprises, no real extras and no added details of any kind. Take a look at the stand here. Well, it's just, I don't know, no, maybe they could have made something out of it. They decided not to. So there are not many extra stuff, but still I think it's a great figure that looks good on the shelf and has a lot of posability. Thanks a lot for watching this review. Leave a comment and subscribe if you'd like to see more.